Welcome to today's Somatic Feminine Flow class designed for opening the hips, incorporating somatic dance and movement to help you connect with your body, release tension, and embrace your feminine energy. We're going to start in a seated, comfortable position, closing down the eyes, taking a deep breath in through the nose, expanding your belly, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Feel your body grounding into the earth. Set an intention for the practice, focusing on opening your hips and connecting with your feminine energy. Allow yourself to continue breathing and connecting with the breath here. From here, we're going to move into a seated cat-cow position. You're going to inhale on the arch and exhale as you round your back. Inhale, lift your chest and gaze upward for the cow pose. And exhale, rounding your spine, tucking your chin to your chest for cat pose. Flow between these two poses, moving with the rhythm of your breath. Feel the gentle movement of your pelvis and lower spine. Continue connecting with your breath as you move at your own pace. From here, we're going to move into somatic dance seated. Begin to make circular movements with your body, moving slowly, exploring the fluidity in your pelvis and your body. Allow your body to move intuitively, gently swaying, rolling, or shifting as it feels natural. Allow this movement to come from within and feel free to incorporate your arms as well. Use this movement to connect with your body and to bring awareness to any areas of tightness. You may close your eyes and just feel the music, or you can keep them open, whatever feels comfortable for you. From here, we're going to come onto all fours in a tabletop position with your wrist directly under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Begin to make slow circular movements with your hips, first in one direction, then the other. Imagine you're drawing circles with your hips, letting the movement be soft and intuitive. You can imagine a figure 8 if that feels good to you as well. Continue feeling into the breath and into the deep tissues of the hips and pelvis. Again, you can keep your eyes closed here and just intuitively move whatever way feels good to your body. Just remember to continue to connect with your breath. Now we're going to go into a low lunge. Step your right foot forward, keeping your left knee on the mat. Inhale and gently raise your arms and tilt your pelvis forward, opening the front of your left hip. You can continue to exhale here, keeping your arms up high or having them come down onto your knee or out to your sides. Continue to move through some pelvic tilts or turning the hips back and forth. Just feeling a deep stretch through the hip flexors. Again, moving in a way that feels good to your body. And continuing to connect with the breath. Reach your arms up high, inhale. And exhale. And we're going to come down and switch sides, moving that right leg back, keeping the left knee forward. Inhale, arms up, feeling a nice stretch in those hip flexors now on the right side. Continuing to connect with the breath, feeling into the hips, feeling into the hip flexors, allowing gentle movement with the hips. Keeping your arms at the sides or up or resting on your knee, whatever feels comfortable for you. Allowing yourself to connect with the feminine and just flow. Inhale as you go back up. And on the exhale, coming down. We're going to stand up, vertebrae by vertebrae, come to a stand, and we're going to face your mat after doing a few shoulder rolls, getting into some somatic movement now here. Stand with your feet hip width apart. Begin to sway your hips from side to side, allowing your arms to move freely. Let the movement flow organically, as though you're dancing with the energy of your hips. Gradually expand your movement, exploring circular motions or gentle twists, moving the hips. Again, you can close your eyes and just listen to your body, and you allow yourself to move whatever way feels good to you. This is your time to connect with your feminine essence, to move freely and explore the fluidity in your hips. Now we're going to come into goddess pose. So keep your feet hip width apart or a little bit further. Spread your toes out slightly, bend your knees deeply, and come into the goddess pose. Extend your arms out to the sides with your palms facing up, keeping your chest lifted. You can bring your hands above you and just gently move your hips from side to side, keeping the knees bent and the movement slow and intentional. Imagine you're dancing in this pose, feeling the strength in your legs and the fluidity in your hips. You can come up to a stand and take a deep breath if you need to take a break. Breathe deeply, stay grounded and connected to your body and the earth. You can lift up the heels up off the floor, from changing from the right to the left, and then lifting both heels up off the floor and inhaling up And exhaling down into a wide-legged forward fold with somatic flow, turning those feet to face the front of the room again. You're going to sway your torso from side to side, moving the hips gently, exploring any tension in the low back and hips. Let the movement be slow and mindful again, just really allowing your body to lead. You can also bend one knee and then the other, deepening the stretch in your hips, whatever feels good to you. Inhale, come on back up. We're going to move back into somatic dance. Once you're upright, begin another round of somatic dance, letting your hips and torso move freely. This time, really feel into the space that you've created in your hips. Allow your body to move in response to that openness. Let the music of the breath guide you. Use your arms, hips, and legs to flow, expressing whatever feels natural in this moment. Again, this may look completely different for you, and that's really the beauty of it. You can close your eyes or you can keep them open. This is your time to be completely free in your movement and really connect with the body. And now we're going to come down into pigeon pose. So come down onto your mat and move into pigeon pose. On the left side, bringing that knee forward, extending the right leg back. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold forward, resting on your forearms. You can go all the way down, or you can keep your arms straight, whichever feels comfortable to you. Just continue to breathe deeply, feeling in the stretch in the right hip and glute. Stay here for a few breaths, allowing any tension to release and noticing if you really pay attention to the tension and give it permission to relax, you'll notice it's starting to slowly dissolve. And when you're ready, come on up. We're going to switch to the right side. But before that, we're going to come into a plank position. We're just going to hold here. Continue to breathe as we activate many muscles in this pose and this hold. And then bringing that right leg forward, straightening out the left, feeling that deep stretch in the right hip and glute. Again, coming down on your forearms all the way down or keeping the arms straight, whichever feels comfortable to you. A modification that you can do here is you can prop a pillow underneath the glute of the leg that is bent if this pose is uncomfortable for you. Continue to breathe, allowing your body to release the tension in your hips. Now we're going to come up into a reclined butterfly pose. So you're going to lay down on your back, bringing the soles of your feet together, and let your knees fall open into a reclined butterfly pose. Slowly lower yourself down. You can place your hands on your lower belly if that feels good, or out to the side. As you exhale, gently rock your hips side to side, allowing this small movement to relax your hips and lower back. You can arch the back and then roll it back down, just kind of tilting the pelvis here, feeling a gentle opening and releasing any final tension or tightness. Continue to breathe deeply, rocking your hips with each exhale. You can place a hand on your pelvis to feel the tilt, if that feels good to you. Again, you can close down the eyes or you can keep them open. Whatever feels more natural for you to just really connect with your body and this subtle movement of the hips. From here, we're going to go into the bridge pose. So you're going to lift your pelvis up off the floor. Focus on bringing your knees together and tightening up the glutes as you raise your hips up off the ground and doing slow movements to push it back up and back down, breathing through this subtle movement again of lowering and raising the hips so slightly. If you feel like rolling your hips here, you can feel free to do that. Continue to breathe and continue focusing on contracting the glutes, pushing the pelvis up, and keeping the knees pressed together. And slowly lower down. And we're going to grab our feet for baby pose. Bringing those knees to the chest. Again, feeling a nice stretch through those glutes now. The hamstrings, the hips. Really feel into how this feels for you. And from here, we're going to go into Savasana. We'll just remain here momentarily to integrate this practice. Stretch your legs out long, letting your arms rest by your sides, palms up. Close down the eyes and take a few deep breaths, allowing your entire body to relax and absorb the benefits of this practice. Focus on the space and openness you've created in your hips and the connection that you've built with your body. Continue to rest here in Savasana for another minute or so, feeling grounded and at ease. When you're ready, you can slowly bring some movement back to your fingers and toes, rolling onto your right side, pausing here for a moment before pressing up to a seated position. Take a deep breath in and fully exhale. Come back up to a comfortable position here. Thank yourself for taking this time to connect with your body and your feminine energy. Taking another deep breath here and exhale. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe.